Good morning, Ohana. Yeah, we got a little bit of rain, but dinner tonight is cooking. This little piggy isn't going to the market or any place else. We're gonna eat him later. This one's got a little ways to go, but they got some other pigs too. Hopefully the rain doesn't pour, but it's a very late start today after the moon crawl yesterday. So, make it a great day from Lake George. Better than work.
All right. By the sound of the gong, you know that this shit is about to get started. Is anybody hot in here? Is this a cocktail competition or a schwitz? I don't think it's just the humidity. I think Tiki V brought and left the heat in this room. Let's hear it for Tiki V. An incredibly difficult act to follow. I won't even attempt to step into his shoes, but we did bring the booze. This is the, Caroline, what annual cocktail competition is this? 14th annual Ohana official cocktail competition. The talent is in the room today. We got 4 judges who each come to the table with unique experience to adjudicate the proceedings today. First and foremost, from Austin, Texas, she was the maestro of all those cocktails last night, the proprietor of the award-winning Drink Well Cocktail Lounge, Jessica Sanders. He comes from one of the most sought-after, premier, coveted houses of spirits, making all kinds of fancy cocktails without which you couldn't make some of your favorite tiki drinks. He represents House Alpens. He comes from Brooklyn. Please welcome Damon Dyer. This is not her first time at the judging table. She's been with us quite a few times. She comes all the way from Buffalo, New York. She is the bitch doctor. Please welcome Emily Rabener. And last but not least, Heavy is the head that wears the crown. He was last year's champion, wowed the room, blew our judges' minds with the Mender of Broken Dreams cocktail, all the way from Maynard, Massachusetts. Please welcome Chris Moriondo. It was an incredible field this year. We had 27 entries into the cocktail competition. Let that sink in. Let me contextualize that for you. There's 100 senators in the US Congress. 100. But there's only 27 entries in the Ohana cocktail competition. It is literally harder to get into this than to govern the United States. There are 32 professional football teams. 32 in the NFL. There's only 6 competitors on the stage today. It is harder to do this than to play football. Can you believe it? The competition is fierce today, but our first contender, this is not his first time on this stage. It is his 7th time on the stage. He's entered 8 times and made it to the qualifying round 7 times. That's an incredible record. If you're a betting person, I might put money on this guy, because he also won the competition in 2019 with his Nitro Hana cocktail. Anybody remember that dream? That was pretty sweet. So our contenders have all of 5 minutes. They're gonna make 1 hero drink, 4 samples for the judges, and then they also have a cocktail that they're gonna pour out into little sample drinks over there. I left out one person who is actually the most important person in this room today, and that is the gong mistress, Nefertiti. She's the one who makes all of this happen on the cocktail competition in the back, and you don't want to hear that gong, guys. If the gong goes off and you're still talking, you might have gone over time. But this will never happen to our next contender because he's a champion. Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Littleton, Massachusetts, Makatea Mike Bentley.
So the last time I was here, if you remember, I'm probably the only guy that made a tiki drink with prune juice. Colonocano. This one is not going to be your typical dad's tiki drink. In another language, it's called Il Bueno, Il Bruto, Il Cattivo. As an acronym, GBU. For those thinking, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we ready? So we're going to start off for the good. We're going to go with Patron Silver, Patron Citronge, and there's a company down in Austin, Texas, Lieber and Company. They make a blood orange cordial. So we're going to do a double batch here. We're going to start with Patron Silver, 4 ounces. And what we're doing here, I'm not adding ice to the shaker because we want it to concentrate and develop the profile as much as possible. We're going to go with 2 ounces of Patron Citronge. And we're going to go 2 ounces of the Lieber and Company blood orange cordial. Alrighty, that is the good part. The bad part. So we have, I thought I was going to smoke tomatoes when I first thought this actually at the contest last year, but I kind of cheaped out. I went with Muir Glen organic roasted tomatoes. So what you do is just take this can, puree them, we're good to go. So we're going to take 6 ounces of pureed tomato. We're going to take 2 ounces of fresh lime juice.
I don't think we've had a tomato drink before, have we? This might be the first.
And we're going to take 2 1/4 teaspoons, or for those counting, 1/2 teaspoon. I had to do it that way so I wouldn't forget. So we're going to take some, and what we're doing is we're just taking the adobo sauce. We're not going to use any of the chipotles in it. So we're going to go 1 and 2. All right, what we're going to do, anybody seen me do this before? I have a special number that I shake it with 11 times because 11 is the number of transformation. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Now we get to the ugly part of this presentation. This has probably never been seen before either, but that's what I'm all about. The ugly part is a special kind of swizzle stick. And here we go. And I want to thank the Tiki Motorin AV department for helping out with the presentation.
The prop styling,
Yes,
impeccable.
yes. So what we're going to do here is, well, we're not going to use it because I don't want to be the guy that ends Ohana for everybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some CGI effects, but I'm going to need your participation. So let's pretend I'm opening this up, and I'm going to light it. So what does propane torch sound like? Shh. All right, here we go. I'm going to light it. So what we have is your spam. All right, I got to relight it. You guys ran out of gas. So I'm doing this. Probably takes about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And for the CGI effect, here we go.
Oh, I suppose anything is possible on this stage today, and Mike is showing us that.
So to wrap this up, what we're going to do is we're going to rim the glass with an ancho chili powder, kosher salt, and orange zest. Wash the orange before you use it. And you don't want
Safety message.
Yes. We don't want to get any pith in.
Through the magic of smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
1 minute, Mike.
You got a minute? Okay.
1 minute warning.
Gonna add some ice.
Sniffer's working that gong up there. No pressure.
What do we got?
43 seconds.
Okay.
Piece of cake.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this.
Give me a countdown of 10.
Okay. 33. Oh, you're getting coffee now.
It's about to have a cigarette.
Give me a cut. Keep going. We're good.
22.
All right. Speed it up. Let's go 10. Let's have a countdown of 10.
10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! Can you believe it? I have seen it all, folks. Pyrotechnics, imagined or otherwise, hand tools. It's all possible and it's all happening right here today. That's a previous year's champion, multi-time competitor on the stage, Mahaka Mike.
Thank you.
I would live without you.
No,
nurse.
No. That's I will survive. You need staying alive, you know. Staying alive. Staying alive.
Doctor, I don't think it's working. I don't think we can revive this cocktail.
All right, we need to Tinkerbell this thing. All right, everybody. We'll all sing alive. Ready? Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. You can keep going if you want. All right. Usually there's like 25 people.
We ordered rain.
Like, this is gonna be crazy. So I made an 8 batch, and I don't know if everyone's gonna get a chance. Share if you can. But my name's Don Hogo, and we're presenting our drink today, Dr. Hogo's Mojo. So, super simple, super easy ingredients to find, I think, and to put together. We're pushing on simplicity today. We start, and I'm making a double batch, but I'm giving the instructions for a single batch, so bear with me. 3/4 of an ounce Reposado tequila. And then the shakes come in. 3/4 of an ounce of apricot brandy.
It's a good thing he's only playing a surgeon on the stage here with these spokes.
Technically Doctor of Philosophy, but that's neither here nor there. So I can't prescribe things other than painkillers, if you know what I mean. Okay, 3/4 of an ounce slow gin. Slow gin. Everyone's got that bottle in their house they don't know what to do with. I'm here to help you. Two-thirds of an ounce fresh squeezed lime juice. Then you double that, and let's carry the 3.
Do you need some assistance, doctor?
Sponge. And 1/3 of an ounce of cinnamon syrup. The only homemade ingredient in this one. Shake on ice. There's and a dash of Angostura bitters.
Every good doctor has a great assistant.
And we are going to serve over crushed ice. Would you like to talk about garnishing?
The garnish is tart. This is a
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I forgot to tell you an unwritten rule. In a cocktail competition, when the bartender shakes, we all clap along.
This is a raspberry vinaigrette plant that is meant to be put in salads, so it's edible, but just meant for garnish for this, for looks. My plant at home, so I live in Massachusetts where things don't come back from year to year, except this one did, and the leaves at home are like this tall. I wish I could have like figured out how to get them to survive for 5 days, but they just didn't. So we've got cute little background here. How do we get this to work? All right, and then, you want to pour it?
Ooh la la, that color. Delightful.
Oops. All right, I gotta fix this.
You got plenty of time. I'm just warming up the.
What she's saying is she's always ready.
But we're particularly proud of this
Gong could
cocktail.
strike.
You can really taste the tequila, the apricot, the slow gin, the cinnamon, the lime, and it all kind of comes together. The bitters pull it together into a cohesive unit. We're really proud of this one.
Big one in the middle. It's a little fussy. This is a little fussy, I'll give you that. And then, Dr. Hogo has his mojo.
Ooh. All right. With time to spare on the clock, MJ Rummy, Dr. Hogo, coming back year after year from Rockland, Massachusetts. So we've got some professional bartenders taking the stage. This will be Anne. Since we are not going to drive to Cambridge today, you don't have to, because they're going to do a pop-up here in the 10th, a little Woosong Road pop-up right after the show. From Cambridge, Massachusetts, at Woosong Road, please welcome Joe and Matt.
How we doing, everybody? I'm Joe. This is Matt. First and foremost, before we begin, I just want to thank everybody. As he mentioned, this is our first time at this event, and I've never had such a warm welcoming in my life, so thank you. Or the biggest goddamn hangover in my goddamn life. Anyways, we're really excited to show you this one. This cocktail comes out of this book that I found in a weird old basement called the Necronomicon. Right, it was translated from Latin. I think it's perfectly safe to read it out loud in front of everybody, right? Clatu, Barada, no, come on. Yeah. There it is, there it is. All right, so according to some Polynesian legends, when you revel a little bit too vigorously, it gets the attention of the tiki gods and causes mayhem, and sometimes volcanoes explode and that sort of thing. Causes blindness too. Causes blindness too if you do it too often. Exactly. So this cocktail is called Don't Tempt the Gods. We start off with 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I skipped a step. Super lime juice. I'm actually going to start by filling my cheater tin with ice.
Maybe one of you boys can tell the room what the hell super lime juice is for the uninitiated.
Yeah, so super lime juice, you basically take lime peels and a little bit of lime juice, and then you add acid to it to prevent it from oxidizing. Really great way.
Marty Krofft show?
Exactly.
So step number 1. I am going to smoke my ice with mesquite chips.
Yeah. So we chose mesquite, very earthy wood. You know, it stands out like tequila, very earthy spirit. Like the two play very well together.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to let that marinate while we mix everything else.
Just let that marinate.
Let that soak. Now back to the super lime. As we mentioned, 1 ounce of super lime juice.
Careful.
Careful.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Alrighty, 1.5 of fresh pineapple juice.
Tequila, pineapple, tiki, pineapple, no brainer, right?
No brainer.
They're from Massachusetts, if you could tell.
If you couldn't tell, kid. Alright. So we're done with our citrus, we're done with our juice, now we're moving on to our syrups, and this is our house-made Patron Falernum.
Yeah.
You want to explain how we made that, Matt?
Yeah, Falernum's super easy to make at home, honestly. I definitely recommend you try it. You take whatever base spirit, whether it's rum, in this case, awesome, tasty Patron, and you let that marinate in a mixture of chopped ginger and some allspice and some clove and some lime peels. Basically let that marinate for at least 24 hours, let it sit. and then afterwards you cut it with a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water, and you make it into a liqueur. So yeah, super easy at home.
And it really highlights the Patron that we use in this cocktail.
Yeah.
So
You want the Patron to be the star.
0.75 ounces of the falernum, and then you saw me put in 0.25 of our allspice dram. We're really bringing out those baking spice notes in this one. Now I'm going to add
We use St. Elizabeth's allspice dram, in case there were any.
From House Alpens.
All right, we're going to follow that up with 1 dash of molasses bitters. That's going to add a little bit of funkiness to it. For a cocktail that doesn't have rum in it, you want to bring a little bit of that back.
Adds a little bit of backbone.
And now this is our Banana Foster's bitters.
Tequila, banana.
Tequila and banana, yeah, classic mix, classic mix. All right, now, time for the rock stars, right?
Let's go with mezcal next.
Yeah, actually. Not quite the rock stars, but the roadies.
Yeah.
We're going 1/2 ounce of mezcal. Add a little hint of smoke to this.
Just a little bit.
The Fatiki, how they doing on time?
They've got 2 minutes.
Fantastic.
Oh, I can do a lot in 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
Hey, don't tempt the gods.
I paused 5 seconds for my interlude about Mardi Gras.
All right, then we're adding 1.5 ounces of Patron.
1.5 ounces of tequila blanco Patron.
All right, and then.
Remind me to give you my room key later.
Yeah.
And now,
Order.
Bag, Joe. Let's go.
and now here's the secret spice of life. 1 scant bar spoon of Smith & Cross.
Just enough.
Precision is everything.
What do you think, Matt? 1 bar spoon enough? Don't tempt the gods.
Walked right into that one.
All right. Now my smoky ice is ready, and we're going to give that a quick whip shake. Doesn't need a big shake on that one because
It's going to sit on ice.
It's going to sit on ice, and the smoke sort of pre-diluted this one a little bit.
Yep.
So we're pouring this into our brand new Jiangxi Zombie mug from Wusong Road in Cambridge. We have 2 cases of these available for purchase at the pop-up party immediately after this.
Please do not make me load us back into the garage.
All right, look at that.
Look at
Spot on, spot on. Whatever that is. All right, and we're going to garnish this with a scorched pineapple wedge, 3 fronds, a cool skull pick, and a lime wheel. And here we have really thick ice.
Yeah. 6 C's.
Thick with 6 C's ice. And there we have Don't Tempt the
Don't tempt the gods.
There you go, Joe and Matt. So I'll put you on the, it's the open side up, okay? The closed side goes on the bottom. The open side, the part that you could stick your finger through. Okay, and then you're gonna pour from one vessel into another. It's a pretty easy technique. This is a beginner big bartending technique called pouring shots. Okay, and you use with the closure, remove the closure of whatever the liquid is, and then align it. You got to align it, okay? Because if the opening of the vessel that's pouring the liquid is misaligned with the vessel receiving the liquid doesn't go in. That's just facts. That's just science. All right. Okay, so as you can see, are you Joe or Matt?
I'm Joe.
Joe, this guy, professional, expert level technique right here. I don't even think a drop was spilled. Okay? Yeah, give it up. Woo, you don't keep learning this in school. Although actually I might have. Public school, that's right. All right, it's not in the textbook, but you do learn it at school. All right, so this is majestic, guys. I'm inspired. Okay, so the liquid has been transferred from one vessel to the other one, and then you have to put it in your hand, right? You have to. Well, actually, sometimes you don't. But today, this is the technique. All right, because this is Ohana. We're friendly here. Okay, we're gonna toast. You can do this different ways, and then a line again. We're gonna out of this vessel into the perfect vessel. Are you ready? All right. That's how we do, that's mixology.
Good afternoon. Hey, I saw you waving back there. Where's your shot? You drank it already? Hey! Hey, we got some free shots. Cheers.
Happy Ohana!
There you go. Oh, I've had it before. Good stuff. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Cheers. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm Voodoo Jess.
What is it? Voodoo what?
Voodoo Jess.
Voodoo Jess. Okay. I'm just Joe.
That's nice to meet you, just Joe.
Just Joe.
Because we still have 3 to go. But I have a winner to announce on following instructions on the shot demonstration. You all won. Congratulations. 100% of you did it right. Not a single person tried to get the shot poured into the bottom of the glass. I mean, I've never seen such compliance. It's incredible. That's right. All right, and then according to this pile of bottles here, y'all just drank 3 bottles of tequila. Mazel tov. All right. Next up, we have someone who has never graced our stage here at the Ohana cocktail competition, but comes from Massachusetts, which is basically the same thing. His cocktail's the Easter Island Iced Tea. He comes from Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Did I get it? Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Thank you for that. Please give it up for Captain Pat Luckett. I'm going to tell you how his name is actually pronounced. Captain Pat, thank you.
Captain Pat's good. At first I was afraid I was... Oh, sorry. Wrong script. Sorry, they left the script up here. I'm going. What's up, y'all? Aloha. I'm Captain Pat. I am residing in Massachusetts. Secretly, I'm from California. So sneaker. That's how I slipped in. Here we go. Correct. My drink is called the Easter Island Iced Tea. It's a mouthful, but there it is. Clearly a play on Long Island iced tea. You've all had one of those. They get the job done, right? If the job is getting fucked up at a shitty dive bar, right? Yeah. Just completed my FOM. Just got in as part of my trials. Everyone should. It was so fun. Everyone should do it. It's awesome. My drink was created as a result of that as part of my trials, and I wanted to do a spin on that. Easter Island, you get it right. Okay, good. The drink, pretty simple, pretty fun, pretty good. I'm going to start off with our benevolent overlords, the most delicious tequila that ever existed, of course. Yeah. I do 1.5 ounces of this to begin. Usually a Long Island's got vodka. I took the vodka out and doubled the tequila because, again, it's the most delicious tequila.
Always double the tequila.
Always double the tequila. Otherwise, ratios are about the same. Typical Long Island will have Coca-Cola to give it that iced tea color. You see no soda products up here, but you do see some brown things I'll get to in just a second. But up next, for more spirit, Privateer out of Ipswich, Massachusetts. If you, fantastic place. Known for their rum, but also they have this tiki-inspired gin. It's a gin that kind of has falernum kind of undertones. It's if you can get a hands on this bottle, it's fantastic. In fact, if you want to try some after, I'll give you shots. It's all yours.
Would you say it has big falernum energy?
I didn't. I like your words better. That's yes, big falernum. That's number 2. That's 3/4 ounce of that. Also up next, we got Mr. Ed Hamilton. Hamilton's Jamaican Pot Still Blonde. Fantastic rum. Really good for mixing. It's not overpowering in any way, but it just blends with everything really well. Also 3/4. Good old-fashioned dry curacao for rum. 3/4. Then we're going to do 3/4 of fresh, very fresh lime. Still in the fruit, but not for long. You're gonna kill that thing. I'm not setting anything on fire, I'm sorry. Real or imaginary. I'll leave that to the true professionals. 3/4 there. All right. Up next, this is a mustard ketchup bottle that is filled with homemade cinnamon syrup that I make it known as a 2-to-1 Demerara, cinnamon sticks, the usual kind of thing. Just a 1/2 ounce of this. And then in this tiny little bottle is another one of my homemates. This is orgeat. Orgeat typically is made with almond. This is a 50-50 almond and macadamia nut orgeat. Really, really good and easy to make. And Mike said this as well. You can make your own syrups at home. It's so easy. So many people get intimidated. Even just making a simple syrup is easy. But even the orgeat, falernum, like Mike was talking about, so many things, you make it at home. I mean, there's a lot of good products, obviously, on the market, but cheaper, more fun, it's so easy. So this is, again, a 50-50. This is really good to Mai Tai, too. Really good flavors of macadamia. And that's a ½ ounce of that. And then a couple little dribbles. We got almond extract. This is strong, so just a couple little drops. 1, 2, 3.
Who's counting these ingredients? Who's the math person?
Taking notes. And then we have Bitterman's Tiki Bitters, which also are fantastic. These are great. Just
Are they from Massachusetts? No, they're not.
What isn't from Massachusetts at this point? Ingredients are all encased in here. It's a very large ice. Here it goes. All right, warm up your hands.
All right, y'all. You know what to do. Jam on, Kevin, Pat.
I don't want to shake too much because I don't want to dilute the, again, amazing Patron tequila, which I believe is made in the small town of Patron, Switzerland.
Yes, nailed it. Yes, it's a suburb of Atotonilco El Alto.
From natural Swiss pine trees, I think is the major for most flavor. And then you don't want that to get diluted. Here's my little guy. He's a little mug. Drink's going there. And there's that. Okay. Do you want to garnish?
Yes.
Okay.
Why stop at one?
Well. Y'all seen the banana dolphin garnish before? Yeah, before, right? That's cute, right? And I was like, okay, again, it's an Easter Island iced tea, so I thought, what can I do that'd be a cute garnish? You've never seen this before. It's a goddamn banana moai.
Wow! I can't believe the sprinklers didn't go off when that fire just started.
It's got little cloves for eyes. There's a clove under his nose, so it sticks out.
Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Easter Island iced tea.
Holy cow! Captain Pat, can you believe it's his first time? Next up, we're breaking records, y'all. We're shattering barriers here today at the official Ohana cocktail competition. We have never had a competitor from Houston, Texas. Can you believe it? Mixology on the Bayou. Fan club much? I was yesterday years old when I learned about Netherhole. The band. All right, making her debut on the stage here at Ohana Cocktail Competition, please welcome from Houston, Texas, Tangaroa Tammy.
My assistant is the Tiki Texan. We're going to be making Mango, my naked mango. And I have a feeling that I got in the finals just because of the name of the cocktail.
Possible.
But, okay, so we're going to start with 2 ounces of Patron Silver.
2 ounces of Patron Silver. Can you believe it?
Only 2? Only 2. Yeah.
Always double the tequila.
Okay.
I'll drink to that.
And, oh shoot. Okay. And a ½ ounce of lime juice. And then 3/4 ounces of agave syrup. Yeah. And then we're going to do
I have no idea what's happening right now.
This is the magic. We're going to do 2 ounces of the Mighty Mango Naked Mighty Mango Juice.
Mango, my naked mango.
That's
Folks,
right.
you can't get this anywhere else but here today
That's right.
at Ohana.
So this cocktail is inspired.
Right now he is.
There are a lot of little street vendors in Houston or in Texas where they have tahini over mango. So I thought that would be a great flavor profile with the tequila. So that was sort of the inspiration. And we're using tepache, and I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's kind of a weird drink. It has a little bit of fizz in it. It's made in Mexico. You can get it at Target, but it's fermented pineapple juice, and they use it. It's with cinnamon sticks, and then they pour beer on it to ferment it. It's kind of strange, but really good. We're going to be doing 2.5 ounces of that.
Tepache is one of the 3 kind of traditional fermented drinks of Jalisco, Mexico, which is the home of tequila, home of Patron. But you can make this, you can't really make tequila at home, not legally. But you can make tepache. Google it, it's quite easy. Really nice and refreshing. It's Mexican kombucha-ish.
Shannon Musterford uses tepache in some of her drinks.
Isn't it mind-blowing that tepache is available at Target? We're living in crazy times, y'all.
Okay, and we're using Yucatan Sunshine habanero pepper sauce.
Oh!
About 7 to 8 dashes.
Wow! Sprinklers. Yeah. Tell me you're from Texas without telling me you're from Texas. That's how this one goes.
And then just a little Angostura bitters, about three dashes of that. Need more habanero sauce than.
This is the Tipsy Texan and the Tiki Texan on the stage. We did not plan this, y'all.
Okay, so next we're gonna stir, not shake, because the tepache is kind of delicate, and you don't want to you don't want to lose all the fizz. So if you guys want to tag along,
that's right. You know, who knew? Somebody knows what to do. That's leadership, y'all. That is leadership right there.
Okay. How am I doing on time?
You got 1:45.
Oh.
Anything's
You got
possible.
plenty of time.
Okay.
Y'all can't see this. If we had one of those cooking show mirrors, you would see Tammy calmly, delicately, elegantly, no spilkas, amazing.
Okay, so we've garnished this with tahini rim, mango, a slice of mango, and just a pineapple frond.
That's it? Mango, my naked mango. That's actually the new record from Netherhole, competitor. Nefertiti, how's your gong? Your gong's pretty warm, all right. So, judges, are you ready for the final? Audience, are you ready for the final? All right. His driver's license calls him Eric. His Ohana badge calls him Johnny Rocket. Please welcome from Windsor, Connecticut, Johnny Rocket.
Aloha, everyone. All right. My first time ever doing a cocktail contest. My first time in front of so many folks doing it. Like everyone else, I'm sure during COVID, we all kind of, worked on our skills in the bar. My lovely wife and I, we're fortunate enough to have a 1950s style pool house in our backyard, which we converted into
Flex.
Since we couldn't go anywhere, we decided we're going to do a tiki cocktail, oasis in our backyard. And I went deep dive into cocktail contests, what it's involved in, particular people, bars. Martin Kate was I'm a big fan of. Another one is Sasha Petrosky from Milk and Honey. I went into a real kind of I had nothing but time, so I went down that rabbit hole. And on this particular one, I wanted to kind of go completely different. I knew there would be a lot of mango beautiful mango cocktails and things that, you know, flavors like that. We're from Connecticut. We're sort of Massachusetts, like stoic, like so I figured, let me make a cocktail that's more like what I really like. I like, you know, Manhattans and smoky cocktails. Yeah. So I chose to use the Patron Añejo. And with that, you know, you got a French oak barrel aged spirit. It's very smoky. On top of that, I wanted to even go more on that smoke, and I did deep dive. My two favorite things are liquor, like all of us here, and coffee. So Patron doesn't make the Cafe Patron any longer, so I went...
Why you gotta bring up hurtful things? Sorry. This is a moment of joy.
So I went down I went down a deep dive, and I found a Bacardi product, Douce Cognac, and I was like, well, let me see, you know, what's going on with cognac. And with the cognac, it's been infused with coffee for 200 years. It's nothing new. There was a pirate, a very notorious pirate down in New Orleans, Jean Lafitte. Him and his brother were notorious, and basically what they did was they, you know, imported coffee and, you know, rum and did all that sort of thing. So I went down that route. So with my coffee cognac, I did a 12-hour steep. Basic coffee, nothing too crazy, just 12 hours in 6 or 12 ounces, whatever I was doing, trying out. And let that steep for 12, strain it, and that's what we used. So here's the cocktail. It's called Ceremony. It was my wife and I's 25th anniversary, so we were doing this cocktail with Dano Clam here, my assistant, who was also a test pilot, and his wife, Mrs. Clam, and a few other folks.
To the clams.
We ripped through quite a few of your bottles, you know, so.
I can tell.
It was good. So, I'm going to start off with the lime, because I always like to start off with the juices first, in case I screw up. Then I won't waste all the liquor. So, we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce, but I'm going to do 2 servings here, so I'm going to go.
Yeah, double it.
Always double the tequila. It's a strategy, y'all. Y'all just got a little mini masterclass with Johnny Rockin.
3/4 of lime. Now, for the sweet, I did a Martin Cape Rich Demerara syrup. It's 1 part Demerara to 3 parts of white sugar. And that is ½ ounce, so I'm going to go ½ ounce.
Who else been to Martin Cate's place? Smuggler's Cove. Not too shabby.
That's a half on that, so that's 1/4 for 1. And John D. Taylor Falernum.
John D. Falernum is on someone's Ohana badge, I'm sure.
That's going to be, so that's a ½ ounce per, but I'm going to go 1 ounce for both. It's 1 ounce of Falernum. Okay, now, the good stuff. Coffee cognac. Here it is. I felt that the 12 hours really kind of just, it was enough. I did it for a day and it was just too strong, anything less. And it's just Colombian coffee, nothing barista-esque. You know, it's just real simple.
It must have been a chore tasting all those samples.
So this is 2 ounces, so it's 1 per cocktail. Okay, and now we're going to go for the magic. Patron and Yale. So that's 1.5 ounces of Patron per, so this is going to be a 3-ounce pour.
Ooh. 3.5-ish, maybe. Round up.
A little heavy. Day 3 of Ohana here. So that's that. So that's the cocktail. Now, I'm vegan, so I like a frothy cocktail, but I don't like raw egg. I tried a few different things, aquafaba, and I fell on this shelf-stable product called Fee-Foam.
Yes.
So I felt like, you know, they say 3 dashes per, but, you know, it's kind of like you got to, you know, put a lot in. That's good enough.
A dash is not a scientific quantity.
That's a heavy dash, right? So
measure with your heart.
Yeah. Next step, I'm going to dry shake this for 10 seconds just to foam that up. I don't want to dilute it yet. I'm going to dry foam. keep your clap. Yeah, hold on, we got more. One stand helps me fill this all with ice. We're going to double shake it just to dilute the syrup. Okay.
You can shake me any day.
Hey-oh!
25 years and still shaking.
1 minute warning.
No minute warning.
1 minute.
And double strain into a coupe. And that's the cocktail. I'm going to put a garnish on here. Some little tiny pineapple leaves with the world's smallest clothespins.
Ooh la la, the baby clothespin is not dead yet, guys. Don't give up on the tiny clothespin.
And there it is.
Wow! And Chris Moyando, tell me what you see on the stage tonight. What are you thinking about these competitors today? Anything you're seeing that was really inspiring?
I mean, there should be some down there, but...
I've enjoyed all of the presentations.
It's anybody's game, I think is what he's saying. Jessica Sanders, cocktail maestro from Drinkwell, Austin, Texas. What do you think?
This is such a treat. So, first of all, Joe and Matt are professional bartenders. I can't wait to sit at your bar. Your drink was banging. But also, for those of you that are not professionals, you guys get to do what I have to do for money. And so it has been really soul expanding to like watch the creativity and the passion and all of the heart that you put into it. This has really reaffirmed my love for this craft. So thank you.
Soul expanding reaffirmation of a life's journey. That's
It might
praise.
just be on the tequila.
It might
I
be
don't
the
know.
tequila talking. Damon, as a spirits educator, do you feel like you've gotten a little education today?
Yes. So forgive me, I lost my voice a bit yesterday, so I'm kind of gravelly here. So if Don the Beachcomber was still alive and creating beverage programs and putting out tropical delights, he would be doing drinks like these that were the classic tiki templates, layers of base spirits, citrus, spice, bitters, lovely all the way around. And a very long time ago, before I was a boring spirits guy, I was a young and charming bartender at a place called Lonnie Kai. Dearly departed. We didn't last too long, but God damn it, we had a moment in the sun. And I would have put almost, no, not almost, fuck that. I would put any of these drinks on the menu that we had there because they are that good. Yes. The professional drinks, the amateur drinks, the enthusiast drinks, all solid. What a delight to drink these.
Well, I'm going to start crying, but I'm going to hand it over to the pitch doctor first.
I don't like talking. As the sort of judge of the people, because I also have never worked as a professional bartender.
We're not here to judge. I mean, you're here to judge.
Right, yeah, I am. But I've never worked as a professional bartender, which means I also like to make drinks for free. This is probably the best, like, overall group that we've gotten to taste as far as, like, just the whole picture, and then making a decision is going to be really hard.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad it's your challenge, not mine. That's a word from the judges, and before they can stop me, I'm going to try this back. All right.